Yo, what's up, guys? Arsenal, Southampton, team sheet. Yeah, Xhaka is sick. He's not well. He's got some illness. So that means Fabio Vieira comes in. But I do have to question that. Firstly, there's Smith Rowe, who hasn't had a chance. Vieira's had a chance. Vieira's had a start or two. But Smith Rowe is talking about a guy who led the team in scoring on the first half of last season, and it just is not getting a look in at all. There's a concern there, but then the other concern is Trossard. Trossard can play all across the front line, the 10, the 8, he can play on the flanks, play as the anchor man. You would think that when you have a problem trying to fit 4 guys into 3 spaces up top, you'd at least put Trossard in at the 8. But they've settled on Vieira instead, and that's very, very strange. Once again, let's go for the team sheet. It's Ramsdale in goal. Tierney is been replaced now by Zinchenko. Zinchenko's fit, so he comes in. It's Holding and Gabriel at the centre backs, and then we have Ben White in the middle, or shall I say in the single, Thomas Partey. But as I said, it's Vieira in at the 8, and then we've got Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. So there are a lot of questions here today. Are we going to see an early substitution from Jesus again? Since Jesus' injury, he hasn't played 90 minutes. So that's going to be a little bit of a concern to see what we're going to do there. And are you going to give Reece Nelson a run in the team? Is Smith Rowe going to get a run? Because it's been so predictable now. We're bringing in Trossard to replace Jesus at the top. I don't think that's really worked. It's more so unbalanced the team. We haven't looked good when Jesus has come on. So whether it's down to injuries, whether it's down to the precautions, or the player just not being able to have the fitness levels to last 90 minutes, we need to do something there because the levels have dropped in both previous away games. Yes, the fans are going to be in it today and take the team over the line. I'm still going for a 3-0 Arsenal home win. But concerns with the substitutions and not playing and utilising your squad is something which I think has hurt us in the previous games. No fireworks here today. It's strange having a Friday night game because everyone's trying to get home from work. I myself am running late. I've got to meet Ebony in the next 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm not sort of rushing. I'm just taking my time. But as I said, guys, I'm still going for a 3-0 today. A win would take us 7 points clear with 2 games in hand. It's really still down to us. We still need to get a result on Man City, and that's coming up next Wednesday. So guys, I already gave you team sheet news. What's your thoughts on the team sheet, Ebony?
I like it. Vieira, he's got to step up. But otherwise, I'm happy with the team. Yeah, Holding is in for Saliba. I think it'll be alright, I'll be fine. It's Southampton. But we can't slip up. When we take chances, we have to actually bury them. We can't take them too lightly because they're at the bottom of the league. They're in the relegation zone. They're going down. But knowing Southampton and in the position that they're in, they're going to do everything they can to stay up. So, but
do you
we
think
can't.
they'll have some confidence that they've never won here, even before the Premier League when we were in the first division? They still were winning against Arsenal.
I don't think it will make any difference. I still think we'll beat them.
Yeah. What's the prediction?
2-0.
2-0. Okay then, guys, I'll talk to you at half time, man. I don't even know where to start, man. It's just been an absolute. This is the 3rd time this has happened this season, and it just tells you that maybe once it happens, fair enough. But if it happens over and over again, then it's just not so much the inexperience, but the nerves are getting to this team as well. So you can start to see the cracks happening with the team. You shouldn't be on this form. There's 6 goals they've let in the last 3 games for Arsenal, and then you're going away to the Etihad. It's not good form defensively. Whatever's going on there, you're mentally not prepared, and it doesn't look good, I've got to be honest. And it's not just that, but offensively as well, they're not finding the quick passes in transition. Almost everyone is sitting on the ball for too long. Players are making runs. Jesus, Vieira, Saka, they're making runs in the final third, and the ball is just not getting to them. Odegaard's not seeing the ball enough. Zinchenko started to really settle in, in the latter part of the first half, but honestly, it's not been good. It's not great football from Arsenal. Transitional play is suffering really badly. Martinelli's been a standout player. Saka's warmed up towards the end of the first half. But just from the back in the midfield, the ball's not getting there quickly enough. And that needs to be addressed, it needs to be fixed. Look, it's not all bad. We've seen City do the same thing. City's been down to Spurs at 2-0 at half-time and come back and beat them 4-2. So we're not the only team that's doing this, but we're top of the league and we certainly aren't playing with the form that we was initially at the beginning of the season. But I have to say, both of Southampton's fullbacks have been booked. So for Arsenal, what you got to do is keep feeding Martinelli and Saka to keep getting out wide, running at these players, and hopefully get them a second yellow card, and then the game starts to become easy for you. But I don't really know, man, but that's what I would do. The need to fix up. This is happening far too often now, and you have to say that it's not out of the blue, that it's common now. The nerves are kicking in, and they're starting to buckle at the moment, and they need to really put together a half of greatness in order to take this home. But my concern is Vieira shouldn't have started. There are far better options. Trossard for me has to come on for Vieira in the second half. You've just got the wrong players out there at this point in time when you need your stars to perform. And for us, we just didn't start off on that right foot. And so that Arteta's got to be looked at for that. But the players themselves are just not delivering. That's all it's really down to. I'll speak to you guys at full time. Guys, it finishes 3-3.
Teams let me down. That's 6 points we got in 3 games. Absolute shocking first half, comedy of errors in the second half. And now we've got all to do at City. And we've got the rest of the games to win as well. And one of them's Newcastle.
So, guys, it's disappointing. I'm not going to lie, man. It's a terrible result for us. The team has never won here at Southampton.
And I said that Southampton will come out because they're at the bottom half. They're at the bottom.
Credit to them, they played well, but we were awful in the first half.
We're dreadful.
And,
absolute dreadful in the first half.
It just...
Second half, I mean, they had one shot on target and they scored.
Yeah. The thing is, guys, you don't give teams goals in the first minute of the game because, look, Arsenal have got away with so much. They've got away with so much. And I know that we got done against Brentford and it should have been 3 points for Arsenal there. And, we know we've been done. But when it's in your own hands, you've got to take care of business. And far too many times, this team has just tripped over itself. And they've got away with it. They've got away with howlers, game after game. And unfortunately, it's caught up with them. And you didn't get away with it today. And it was almost as if the gods themselves were stopping us from scoring because the goal was repelling the football every which way possible. And I'm surprised that they came back the way they did to even get a draw. I mean, that in itself is remarkable, but the fault was yours in the first place for allowing Southampton to score 3 goals. Team at the bottom of the league,
and the thing
scoring
is,
3 goals in your backyard.
It's like
shocking.
It's like the team. It's like we were so scared to close them down in the first half, and we were so scared to defend as well. We just allowed them to just like breeze through. It's like
it was so poor.
They're
basically they've cracked. That's all it is. They've cracked under the pressure, and I'm not surprised, quite frankly, that it's taken this long for it to happen. But the pressure's definitely built up on them. And they showed up at the end of the game, so credit to them. Look, they're still in it. If they go and beat City on Wednesday, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but it would be then 2 games in hand for City, but 8 points adrift. So it would still be advantage Arsenal. But You don't have to make it this hard. You really don't. Unfortunately, that's the way of the world, and having a team as young as this and inexperienced.
We'll still do it. We'll still do it.
That's one, mate. Having a team as inexperienced as this, I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, I'm not happy with the performance. I'm not happy with the team sheet. And you've left it all to do on Wednesday night.
Trossard should have been there at the beginning. I don't know. I mean, for their goals, you can't blame everything on Ramsdale. The defence was absolutely. They were all over the place. They were ball watching.
Yeah, and
I mean, there was a point where Gabriel. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he just wasn't looking behind him. And when you've got fast Southampton players that are attacking, and you are near your goal, you need to be looking behind you.
Yeah, it's just a poor performance, man. And there's nothing that can replace it. It was a poor performance. The subs, I thought, was, apart from Trossard hitting the bar, I thought they were ineffective, because really you should have started it from the beginning of the game. Everything was set up for us to fail tonight, unfortunately, guys. Trossard should have started. You let the early goal in the first minute. You know, everyone takes the blame for this. Arteta for the team sheet, the players for letting them go down after the first minute. Everyone takes it on the chin here, and it's just like you've made it hard for yourself. And I'm not even going to try and defend Arsenal on this one.
You can't.
You know, you put yourself in a hole now, and now you've got to go to the Etihad and deliver. It's all on Wednesday now, guys.
Well, we're just hoping that Man City have to drop points.
Yeah.
They have to.
We're
hoping.
That too, yeah.
We're going to have to. That's what we can hope for now.
Yeah.
That Man City drop points. But then again, Man City have got 3 teams.
And they've won 10 games in a row.
They
were on a phenomenal run. Yeah,
Tottenham?
exactly. Yeah, they lost the game since Tottenham. They were on a phenomenal run. And how long can they keep this going? And if they can, then you've got to give it to credit to City, because look, they've won 4 out of their last 5 titles. They know how to win it. They've got cooler heads. They've got experience. I wouldn't feel any way, honestly.
Well, I would
really
actually.
wouldn't feel
I mean, for me, it'd be a letdown.
It would be a letdown, yeah, but
I'm not making any excuses. I don't want to hear, oh yeah, but they're young, because they've got experience now. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, they had it in the bag. They've let themselves down. They let the fans down.
Shocking performance.
You know, I mean, today's performance, it was like watching a Laurel and Hardy movie.
It was
with some of the goals,
so bad.
especially the goal where, especially the near goal where Jesus was sat on the ball.
And how many chances did we have?
We had like 4 chances. 4 chances. 2 of them were to get that ball to make it not 4-3 but 3-3.
But then we had 2 shots that ricocheted off our own players. One hit Jesus and the other Nketiah. So it was almost like we were stopping ourselves from scoring. Everything that could have gone wrong tonight went wrong.
And Thomas Partey, it's like, why was he trying to score from how many yards?
He was looking for the Hollywood moment, isn't it?
And it's like, bro,
that was
you've
silly,
got
man.
players that are nearer to you, that are in a better position than you. Pass it to the end.
Yeah, he had all kind of options on that, and he just fluffed it from 30 yards. Look, man, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't know how the guys in the studio are dealing with this right now, man, but I'll speak to you guys later, and we're gonna try and regroup, beat Man City on Wednesday, and if we can, then it's advantage Arsenal. Speak to you guys later, man.